We did it, guys. Me and Domri Raid, we did it. We got to Mythic. Finally did it. It took way too long for this month, but I got there. Okay, I did it. Man, there are some times when you just have like win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, 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 loss, 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 win, loss, win, loss, loss, win, 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 and you get like finally one game ahead. After that point, you're just kind of like, man, it's hard to keep going with these sometimes, but I got there. I did it. And today's video is going to be a little bit different for this intro, but I wanted to show you guys the deck that really got me there, as well as all of the stats for all the decks that got me there from basically Platinum all the way up to Mythic. So first off, these are all of the decks that I really use. So I have to take images of this instead of using the stats that I have just on the program here on this, because I played on my laptop for a lot of the games. And let's go ahead and show a couple of stats. So I'm going to dive into stats for a little bit here, more so than normal, but the real one that got me there, this is one that I didn't play on the laptop as much, is this Magda Gruul deck with 42 wins and 21 losses for 66% win rate. And that was a fantastic deck. I already showcased that one here on the channel, but that deck loses hardcore to mono white and the Lurrus Rogues deck. Those decks were everywhere in the top 2 tiers of Diamond. So I tried out a few different decks and I ended up going with the Boros Winota deck because it does so well against mono white. So if you guys are looking for a deck that beats mono white, that is why we're here. That's why I'm showcasing this deck now, because this just beats basically every deck out there, and especially mono white. So here's the full breakdown of the stats. Sorry, it just says imported deck. This was the Winota deck. That's why I had the deck list left on over there on the side. You can see the top matches 2-0 against all the different versions of mono white. I guess there's mono red in there too. But this just works well against those, and I wanted to showcase it here today. So I showed off the Naya version of Winota a while back, and I basically said that I didn't want to be showcasing stuff that isn't new, isn't exciting, but I actually haven't played this deck on the channel yet. So the main new card that comes from Strixhaven is Blade Historian. 4 mana, 2/3, attacking creatures you control have double strike. Huge, it's amazing. As it enters the battlefield, we're attacking with a bunch of creatures anyway with Winota, and this is also just another good 4-drop to play even if we don't have Winota, because we have tons of creatures to play before it. This version of the deck doesn't feature too many other Strixhaven cards. Some decks bring in Professor Symbology to be able to have some sideboard stuff, as well as just another really good 2-drop play. The version I have here doesn't play it, but it could totally be subbed in really easily and would be really good. Instead, this version of the deck is focused on Clarion Spirit and Anax Hardened in the Forge to go wide and get lots of creatures out there for Winota to keep digging for that Blade Historian. For any of you guys that are new to Winota, the basic idea is to play out Winota on turn 4, attack him with a bunch of non-human creatures. For every one of those that attacks, we have to look at the top 6 cards of our library, bring out a human from among one of those, and it comes in tapped and attacking. So a huge power swing where we can just put out so much power on the board all on turn 4. And hitting really good humans is really big to make that a very, very powerful play. So our 1-drop, 2-drop, and 3-drop slot is full of creatures that are non-humans. And then we have tons of big humans to tutor up. Haktos being one of the main damage dealers, especially when we have Blade Historian out as well. And then Kenrith being an awesome 5/5 attacker, also being able to pay 1 red mana to be able to give all creatures trample and haste is really sweet stuff. All right, guys, so that's the deck. Let's go ahead and dive into the gameplay, see how it does for us, and wish me luck. Here we go up against Tuck and keep this. Couple of early drop plays, Winota, some removal with Skyclave Apparition. Great stuff. We dig it. Shadow Spear. Okay. Plains and Alseid. All right, so we do have Winota on turn 4 now, mana-wise. Dude, I don't know what is going on. This is playing really, really slow. I keep hitting the pass turn button. It's like taking its time. Like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll do. Sure, why not? Are we just gonna only play up against Winota decks, or is this Warriors? Ooh, that'd be intriguing. Blade Historian, nice. Let's throw out Castle Ardenvale. Do I want to show that I'm already playing red or not? If I play out the Serpent, which I am going to do this turn anyway, it basically shows what we're playing, so no reason to hide it. I'd rather just get out, make sure that I don't accidentally play one of these wrong, because you guys know me. I'm going to do that. Do they let me swing in here? Are they willing to get rid of a card for this? Are we okay with that? Kinda. If they get rid of like removal or something here just to kill an Alseid bounty, okay. Okay. 2-point life swing. Got him. Until Shadow Spirit comes in. Oh, this is disgusting. I mean, Skyclave Apparition is awesome here. Awesome. No blocks. We'll take the 5. Down to 16. All right, Castle Ardenvale. Skyclave Apparition. That's an answer for the Hallowblade. And most likely they're a couple turns away from being able to rebuild it all. If they are warriors, they have the one that if it's equipped, it gets haste. Shadow Spear on that could be annoying, but Winota, yeah, we should be just fine. Stompy Boy would be annoying to kill the Apparition. There it is. That's the guy I was talking about. So this is something I've noticed. I really enjoy playing in Mythic, or in like, yeah, and this level is just so fun. And the reason why, I could just go for the Blade Historian, because I think that's our best hit. But I mean, like, we have 3 chances to hit it. We need to dig 18 cards deep. We should find something good. There's a Kenny Boy. Winota, yeah, we bring it in attacking. Another Winota! Oh, no. 18 cards deep, we couldn't find another Blade Historian. Deck! I mean, we should be fine. We should be just fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We definitely got more damage than just playing out Blade Historian. Yeah, so I found that Mythic people play different decks. Like, once you're into Mythic, people are willing to play fun and interesting stuff. I feel like a lot more so than a lot of the other decks out there. All right, so we get to play Blade Historian and give it haste with Kenny Boy, and then grab a bunch of other stuff with Winota. Like, there's no way that... like, their main thing is that they can gain 4 life here on the first strike spot. If they can have it die, they can also have it deal some 4 damage of life-linking damage. Could be a takedown. Rude. All right, then it scoops it up. Sweet. Alrighty, awesome. I love this deck. It's fun. All right, I'm against V in Og, and man, only Skyclave Apparition on turn 3 into Haktos and Blade Historian isn't the worst though. You know, I'm gonna try this hand out. This is all about showcasing the deck for science, and we'll lead out with some white mana there past the turn. And you guys all know I'm all about the science. All right, well, at least we're on the play. A 2-drop would be real great here. Ho, ho, ho. All right, well, Clarion Spirit past the turn. Not going to be able to play 2 spells anytime soon, but at least it's a blocker and it's a thing we can do. You know what I like? Doing things. Haktos, I think, is a really good option here against this matchup. In this matchup, whatever, doesn't matter. All right, so Skyclave Apparition. I think I take the Charger. Fervent Champion, less annoying overall. Not going to attack in. Too scared of shenanigans. I mean, if they already had a Frostbite, they would have done it anyway. They could have had the, yeah, I don't know. Phoenix of Ash. Snarl. Show them Mountain. All right, so Blade Historian lets us get in for 8 points of damage right now. That's a pretty big hit. Haktos into this, if we hit 3, they probably end up holding it back for blocks. I can still hit in for 4 and have a good blocker against a Fervent Champion. So we're gonna play this out on 3. So Stomp, if they do have a Stomp, this is the best thing we could have had, because Stomp is counted as a Chromatic Cost 2 spell, even though it's on the Bonecrusher body. It just says, trust me, trust me. Okay, I understand why you guys might not ever trust me again from how I've played in the past, but you know what? Just do it. Anax, oh, that blocks a Haktos. Yeah, and they do have the Phoenix of Ash also to block. All right, we get a block here. Yeah, they get a dude, brings it down to 4. Stompy boy. Ooh, intriguing. All right, well, oh man, we have Blade Historian. I can't play the Stompy boy and the Blade Historian. How aggro do we go? That's the real question. And I think it's all out aggro. Why? Because of greed, my friends. Because of greed, my friends. They're forgetting about the first strike, or the double strike damage. All right, so they're killing the Skyclave Apparition. That's fine, but we get to kill all of their stuff. There we go, Anax gone. Or, yeah. And because of first strike damage, they only got 1 out of each of those. Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Phoenix of Ash can come back. Wait, no, it can't. How many cards? 3 other cards. We need 1 more. Frostbite would be the worst thing here, killing our Blade Historian. That would just get me angry. We get to play 2 spells for Clarion Spirit next turn. A Winota would be epic. Charger. 1 card left. They can attack him with Rob the Rich. I'm fine with that, though. They can't actually block a Haktos at the moment. So we basically have all the damage there already. Embercleave, not enough to kill anything. It's a land. Castle Embereth. Does that help us get there with the other stuff? Not quite. Well, I could kill the Fireblade Charger. No blocks. Embercleave. Yeah, so I think that's our best play, best line besides this is if they play out the Embercleave here, then we have Stomp here. I mean, they can't kill the Haktos anyway, but yeah, now we just straight up win. Put us onto the Fireblade Charger. Ho, 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 ho. I mean, we just swing in with Haktos, so it's all good. We could do the same thing. We could Stomp, but then it actually kills the Clarion Spirit, so it's all good. Good games, good game. All right, up against Barious Gaiaphage, and keep this hand. We typically want more 1s and 2 drops, but Blade Historian with Bonecrusher Giant is just good anyway. Blade Historian. Alrighty then. Well, Snarl. Pass the turn. I may actually trade off here. If they give me the option. Usher the Fallen, this also means we're up against a Winota deck here as well. So we're going to go ahead and stomp. Yeah, we'll stomp this now. Pass the turn. I could have waited until their turn, but just in case. Bonecrusher Boy comes out. Unfortunately, they're not playing the Snowland version. Otherwise, Reidane would be pretty sweet here. We could play out Anax and... No, I think we just play out the Bonecrusher Giant. So even if they do hit a Winota and go crazy, we can just slam a Blade Historian, hit in for 8 points of damage. Hopefully it's enough to counteract whatever they're doing. No Winota. That's something. Does not attack in Haktos. Ooh. Oops from the opponent. Hold on to the planes for the Snarls. Play out the Castle Ardenvale. Haktos is big. Playing that out before Blade Historian. The main thing here is that it can block really, really well, as long as it doesn't hit on 3. Blade Historian is just really good, though. We're ways away from a Winota at the moment, potentially. Let's go Blade Historian. Let's attack in. All right, down to 12. I mean, that's a decent amount of damage. Holy, the Winota. Always hope for the whiffs. All right, so we have 8, 12. Yeah, so we have exactly lethal in our hand. Oh, dang it. Now things have double strike. Oh, I was going to be able to block Usher, but now we can't. All right, so is that lethal? 8, 12, plus 6, yeah, plus 6. That's it. Oh. Now we block here. Do I need to block there to stay alive? Yeah, I do. Oh, no. You can see how powerful this deck is. There's a lot of different versions of it. It's really good in general, but... yeah, the shield could have been nice there. Yeah, there's no way we survive through the next turn. All right, good game. Yeah, anything that hits us kills us, so... concede. There we go. All right, up against Pawn Cake, and pretty sweet hand. Selfless Savior, Stonecoil Serpent into Anax. Ooh, Clarion Spirit. I like you. And pass the turn. Snarl, most excellent. Attacking with Selfless Savior, Clarion Spirit, pass the turn. Okay, so it is Sultai. Some Sultai decks still run the Catch Rare Triumph, so I wasn't sure. In fact, I think most of them do. It's not something special or anything. All right, so I think we try to get the thing with Clarion Spirit. Or do we go for Anax? Anax doesn't hit that hard. I think we actually go... we get more power out in the battlefield by going Selfless Savior, Stonecoil Serpent on 2... and getting a Spirit, hitting in for 3. Even if they have an Extinction event, we probably keep 2 of the Selfless Saviors. And then with Anax, if they have another Extinction event, we can sacrifice Selfless Saviors to get even tokens. Yeah. Yeah, all right, so that's our play. And now we just hope they don't have Shadow's Verdict. That's where the main way that we lose is being on the draw against this deck and then having Extinction Event into Shadow's Verdict. If they have that, like, it's really hard to come back. That's the reason why Sultai still is good. But if they don't have that exact play, we typically win. Okay, goes for the Anax. Wait. Oh, good. I targeted the right thing. Wait. Why in the world? Oh, that's so annoying. As soon as it died, it moved it to the other thing. That was dumb. That was very, very dumb. I hate that so much. Did you guys see that? So as I went to target it, it moved over to the side. And I just clicked too quickly. Because it died and so it moved over. But like, wait to kill it until the ability goes off. Like, don't adjust things, Arena. Dummy pants. All right, down to 10. Unfortunately, this is a human that we get to create. So Winota doesn't do a whole lot here, but a hasty Kenrith. Kenny Boy comes into play. Oh boy. All right, hidden for 6. Lethal on the next turn. Most likely they have, you know, all of the good spells, but there's always the chance. Like, I never see this deck not have the combo right away. They don't have the combo right away. All right, so we get to hit in for 2 with a Ardenvale into... we needed a creature. One creature just won us the game like immediately. Any of our good ones, at least. So dumb. All right, well... Castle Ardenvale. Creatures gain haste and trample. Yorion technically gets it too. All right, well, play out a Snarl, pass the turn. Down to 2. Stompy Boy still wins us the game. Even if they do ultimatum here, we still have 2 turns to top deck as long as they don't have life gain. And 2 turns to top deck is a swell amount of top deckedness. Man, Alrund's Epiphany and Vorinclex is a possibility. Letting them take an extra turn is real annoying, though. They get to tap all of our stuff down, we get to take a turn immediately, though. If we find any creature and they attack in with Vorinclex, we can give them haste still with Kenny Boy. So I think that we don't let them have the Alrund's Epiphany. Our stuff, we just won't be able to attack in with, but we can Castle Ardenvale attack in. They have 2 blockers, though. They attack in. All right. Okay. So. Queso is good stuff. We can gain a ton of life and slow things down as well. Like that's the other option. So we have. We can gain quite a bit of life. Do I go for the Castle Ardenvale token? That's the real question. I could hold on to that for indestructibleness, blocking Vorinclex, or the Kraken. So we're playing out Seasoned Hallowblade no matter what. That's for sure happening. So I can play out the land and I can Castle Ardenvale into giving stuff haste, get in for 1. Not enough. So we have to play defensively now. So we block with Castle Ardenvale token and Seasoned Hallowblade. They gain control of 1 thing. Probably Kenny Boy gets it does untap it. Ugh. Okay, now we're just in survival mode. So pass the turn. Holding off on this. I'm not sure if I should be gaining life here or making a token. That's the real question. They can't gain life with it. They don't have the mana, but they do have the ability to give everything trample. Oh no. We have to gain life. I should have played out the other land for the life gain. I forgot about them giving everything else trample because they have the Ketria Triome. I wasn't thinking they had red mana, but that's the first thing that we saw, and I already forgot about it because Jeff is brilliant. Let's see if they see it. I mean, Kenrith will be highlighted or whatever. Yeah, so they didn't even have enough to go off there. So let's see. They have 14 plus 5. We can block exactly enough damage with Seasoned Hallowblade. So if they don't actually have a way to deal with our board, we still win. Binding Little Gods. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's game. Exactly lethal. Good game. Oh, man. We were close. We were close. Man, I just want to see how close we were to Stompy Boy. So take out your trusty dusty MTG assistant and see the stats on Bonecrusher Giants. It's only 3 of them in our deck. That's a big issue. 6%, 6.5% chance of seeing it each turn now. So this is something I didn't notice. You can you can look at your sideboard here, which I don't know why this deck has a sideboard. This is something whoever built it put in. I made a couple changes, but intriguing. Oh, fine. All right, up against Lobos, and pretty awful hand here. 4 of our creatures are humans. Yeah, not enough lands. We were on the draw, so we could try to find lands, but not worth it. Keep this one. We don't actually have a guarantee on the Skyclave Apparition, but it is our second non-human. Seasoned Hallowblade is still a good play just by being aggressive and hitting a blade, whatever, Blade Historian, getting in for more damage. So it's one of these 2 that goes away. And I guess the one that we can't guarantee play. And it doesn't sequence very well if we do find other stuff. So yeah, that's just what we do. Put out the Snarl, pass the turn. The main priority is getting Stompy Boy out for the next turn, on turn 3. That's what's gots to happen. Man, Bonecrusher Boy probably would have been a good play there to hold up the stomp instead. We'll see. Arsonist. That's a little bit frustrating. Kill Seasoned Hallowblade, or at least, yeah, we'll make it really annoying to deal with. Royal Eruption to our face. Yeah, lots of damage. Lots and lots of damages. Serpent is an option. What I could do is I could attack and see if they'll block. I am fine getting rid of the second Seasoned Hallowblade there. And then we can play out Serpent and hold up Stompy Boy. I want to get in for more damage. I don't want this guy to be a blocker. So if they are willing there, then that'd be great. Now I think we are fine with it. And we just play Bonecrusher Giant. Pass the turn. If we do just keep hitting lands, a big Serpent is pretty nice later. We have to hit a land here on this next turn, though. It can't be a Snarl. Or a Castle Ardenvale. Those are the two lands that we have that are bad for us. All in on burn. Intriguing. Okay, passing my turn. That's a lot of damage. Protector. The shield is actually going to be really awesome here. Do we hold off on that? They have snow-covered lands. Well, we attack in first. Blocks the Bonecrusher Giant. Stops the most damage, can kill the Seasoned Hallowblade. Hits itself. Whoa. Really? Protection from multicolor doesn't do a whole lot, but the trample could let us race a little bit more. Flying and vigilance. I think in this matchup, I'd rather throw out the shield. It stops the rolling vortex completely. I mean, I want to go Winota first, but we'll see. Yeah, pass a turn. Cinderclasm. All right, well, get rid of a Winota. Down to 11. Faceless Haven. Doesn't go with Faceless Haven. They can have it as a blocker, I guess. Well, there we go. Can they kill Winota potentially here? If I play out the shield... The shield is huge here. Like, do they even have a chance of coming back if I play out the shield? We still hit in for 6. Faceless Haven can't even kill our guys. And then we can Winota on the next turn for, like, a guaranteed lethal, basically. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. I guess Faceless Haven could trade off with the Stonecoil Serpent. But this just helps us so much. Yeah, I was going to say, like, that is basically the game. With the shield there. Yeah. Yep. Good stuff. So because I built this deck on my laptop, I think that it didn't quite read everything here with Winota. So that does have stuff in here, but kind of weird. Anyway, we went 3 and 2 with the deck. Yeah, so that's right. Yeah, so 4 times on the draw, which, I mean, on the play, this deck definitely has a higher percentage win rate. And so if we were on the play, we would have done a lot better. 4 times on the draw, still having, you know, what is it, 60 whatever % win rate. Good stuff. Great stuff. So this deck is fun. Again, I know this is a deck that's been done before. It's not something that's necessarily huge or new or whatever. You guys have played against it a bunch of times, but it's worth at least talking about. And this is the main thing I want to talk about, is that it just fits into the slot. Like, it's, when it comes to meta and standard and everything like that, it's really important to know what decks to bring in against whatever else you're seeing a lot of. When Sultai Ultimatum, or when Sultai comes out, people start playing super aggro. Like the Magda deck is super aggro that does really well against the Sultai deck. You can also play just a bunch of counter spells, all that kind of stuff. That's where the Rogues deck actually does pretty well against it, and I think Prismari can, like the Prismari decks do okay against it. So everything does have a chance against the Sultai deck. Sultai deck is just a good deck in general, but I do think that it's lost its place a little bit because people are changing how they actually react to it, and they're finding which cards work so well against it, and how and the numbers to kind of deal with it. And so I think that Sultai went down a smidge, and then Magda became a really big deck. This Winota deck, the Magda deck became really, really big, and lots of people were playing it. And then Rogues and things like that started playing a little bit more. Then Mono White shows up, and it directly impacts the Magda deck, all that stuff, and it still has a good matchup against Sultai. Even though probably a little bit worse than Magda or the other super aggro decks, it still is a pretty good matchup against Sultai because it is really aggro. Especially, I like the Blade Historian version of that deck against Sultai. Blade Historian Mono White, which let me show you my version of it. This is one, I'm not sure if I'll end up showing it because it's just basically no new stuff, and it's only a Blade Historian for it. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want to see this one. But this is another deck that I did really well with, with stats wise and everything like that. It performed really well for me in ranking. Let's see, did I rank up with it on this one? I did some ranking on this one and some on the other. So 60% with it. No, this is the other one. Yeah, 58%. So it wasn't like amazing, just because I actually ran up against a lot of other mono white decks that were actually hard to beat, and then it does pretty bad against rogues. But it's a decent deck. So ultimately I like, there's a lot of decks out there. This is one I'm going to be playing tomorrow, just kind of like an Is It Premiere tomorrow. I'm going to record it right now, but I'm going to be playing it for tomorrow, because I think that actually will come in and be a really good answer for Winota decks that we again saw a ton of. Also be good against more of the aggro stuff, and have a good answer for Sultai and whatever. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. And we got to Mythic. We did it. I've done it. I'm trying to get there every single month. And for me, the hardest part is I don't enjoy the grind of getting to Mythic. A lot of other people might, or whatever, like just enjoy the grindiness of it. I like to play new and fun and interesting decks, but I still want to show that I can, and so I'm going to try to get to Mythic every single month, because I know I can play the stuff that's there. It just is a matter of playing decks that are sometimes not as much fun to play, and playing like 100 of the same deck because it has the best stats is not my style of play. I want to play 6 games with something and move on to the next thing, just like how I do with all of my videos. Like that's why I love this kind of thing, whatever, is because I enjoy playing this style. So let me know in the comments below if you guys want that, though. If it matters to you if I get to Mythic every single month or not, if I'm playing in Mythic for all the different decks, and if the decks I'm playing can be Mythic level, if that's something you actually care about and want to see, then I will be pushing for that a little bit more. I'll do a poll with it or something sometime soon too. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, all that stuff. See you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.